Check that big board. Yeah, we're back above 18,900. We've been rallying stock prices since Trump won the election. Art Laffer is with us, former Reagan economist. This is the Trump rally, isn't it? Is there any other way of putting it?
No, it's been here for quite a while, by the way, but this is part of the Trump rally. I mean, this is a whole change in America, Stuart, that's all for the good. And frankly, I disagree with you and the others, by the way. It's not about talking. Actions trump talk. And in this case, I think what Trump does in the next few months is critical to calming the riots, calming people's feelings. If he gets that corporate tax in there, if he gets the personal tax cuts, he does a repeal or reformation of Obamacare, repeals the executive orders, all of that will speak monuments about what America is going to be like, and it will be a very prosperous area. If we created 21 million jobs, there would be no one protesting because they would have jobs and they'd have to go back home and get rest for their work the next day.
Well, look at bank stocks. We've got them on the screen at the moment. They're all up 2–3%. Big gains for the bank stocks. Now,
interest rates are going up.
Is that the reason? Because you're right, interest rates are going up, no question about it. But that's why
they are going to go up. And banks do very well when interest rates go up. They get to lend at a higher rate, and they borrow at a lower rate, and they make more profits. You cannot have a bull market in this country without a tip yield being somewhere between 2 and 4.5%. You know, remember the tip yield, the 10-year tips, is the expected real return on a unit of capital over the next 10 years. You've got to have expected returns before you can have a boom, and we're moving right into that territory, Stuart. And I'm so pleased with what's happening. I can't stand it. Watching Steve Moore on your show was amazing.
Well, he's saying, you watched him, Steve Moore says the first priority actually is getting a corporate tax cut. I'm saying, no, let's not forget Ronald Reagan. First thing he did was an individual tax cut. That's what I want.
They're both wonderful. Come on. It's, you know, it's like, which of you, do you have children? If you have children, you ask, which one of them do you love the most? I love them all the most. I have 6 kids. You know, the corporate tax cut probably is easier to get right away than the personal income tax one. And I'm sure that's the reason Steve Moore was saying that, because we could probably do it in the first 60 days of a Trump administration. Just lower that rate. Bang. And that would be terrific, but the personal income tax cuts are just as important as corporate.
Yes, they are.
You're completely right.
Now, you're right. I've got 6 kids. You've got 6 kids. I have 9 grandchildren. How about you?
I have 12 grandchildren, and I have 3 great-grandchildren. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Barney.
You have 3 great-grandchildren?
3 great-grandchildren, yes, sir.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That really is cool.
I'm a little bit younger than you, but not that much younger.
You are 76. Is that correct?
I am 76 years old. That's
I'm
correct,
68. His confession's true.
In 8 years, you got a lot of catching up to do in 8 years, but get to work.
I've got 3 children who are so far unmarried. One is getting married next May. I've got every prospect of beating your small number of a dozen grandchildren.
So competitive.
I have 2 still in prime breeding years. I mean, you never know. I'm betting I get 20 grandchildren total. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, I think we better leave this subject. Stuart? But we're going to rerun this tape forever.
Yeah. And these kids are going to be in the future. I mean, we have just done the future change. You say it's for the next 4 years or whatever. It's not. We've changed America for 40 years. We've got all 5 positions of political power, and soon we'll get the other 2. We'll get the Fed and we'll get the Supreme Court. You know, this is a wonderful layout there. All I want to make sure you do and all the others do, Stuart, is welcome all the opposition back into our tent. We are a big tent people. We want to work with people. You know, when you silence people, it doesn't mean you've convinced them. We want to convince them of the logic, and that's why I say it's really important that actions trump talk.
Yep.
And you know what Donald Trump does in the first year or 2 will bring all of those disbelievers back into our camp, and we will have a Reagan period that will last for 1,000 years.
Art Laffer. Whoa. Art Laffer, 3 great-grandchildren. Art Laffer, what a guy. Yeah. Thanks a lot.